So I'm starting off here with an Excel spreadsheet, and I've just made some headings at the top, and I'll give you this template if you want to use it. So I've just got the learner number over here, the first name, the last name, and you get them from Blackboard. Or you can also take it down from the register system either, and also the email address. And I'm going to show you later how you can make those easily if you haven't got a handy list of email addresses for learners. And then I just put in different comments, and you can have, I've left an extra one here at comment 3. So these might be the comments that you go in. So I've just written in a few of them here. So for example, imagine you're giving feedback on a proposal or something like that. And this one here, I'm saying, this is a great start. I wonder if you could expand this description idea a little further and talk about it in the Donegal context or something like that. And so that's all I really want to say to this learner. So I'm not going to use the comment 2 or comment 3, that's fine. This idea is a little vague and needs to focus more, think about narrowing down the area of study more. And then it might be different for each learner, the kind of follow-up comment. So here I'm saying, contact me. So if you want, you can send me an email with a new version. I can give you feedback, or you could arrange a one-to-one meeting online to discuss some sort of comment like that you might use for a variety of feedback that you might be giving. This one here is, I have not received any submission from you yet. And then the second half of that is, everything okay? Do you need extra support? Send me an email, we can have a chat. Sometimes it's difficult to start, that sort of chit-chatty feedback. The second one, you also haven't received a submission, but this time the person has let you know that they're not actually submitting. And you're saying, then the second one, oh, there's a typo there. Thank you for letting me know that you will submit at a later date. Or maybe you might then say, well, if this date is going to change, please let me know, so that you're sort of prompting them to keep you up to date. And so if, for example, this is another learner here and you're saying, yeah, I still haven't got anything from them, the minute I type in the letter I, any comment above that has been listed, that I can just press enter and go, yeah, that's that one there. And this one here, they haven't let me know, so I'm going to say, is everything okay? And the minute I start to type it in, it pops up. Now this time I had to type in 2 letters because 2 of my comments begin with I. Okay, so this time I typed in is, and up popped this comment. So it's really handy. They sort of automatically fill in for you. So you then have this lovely spreadsheet that you can keep track of where everything is. Now, just down here, don't overly worry about this, but later on you might be watching this video. So this one here, I'll just get rid of this, get rid of all of that so that I can show you how I made that. So this one here, if you just type in equals, and so the email addresses in A2U are the L number, and then you just put in ampersand, and then inverted commas, atu.ie, and close your inverted commas. Okay, so it'll automatically create those email addresses. Oh, I forgot the app bit. And you can create a list of all and you just drag it down then using that little black cross over here. So you select the cell and then select your black cross and drag it down, and you've got a list of all of the email addresses. So you'd go through and fill in all of the other bits and pieces, and you might have multiple comments. And I've just left an extra area here because you might have a third comment, or you might not use that as well. So we're going to save this then and save it someplace that you're going to be able to find. So I've now moved into Microsoft Word, and I'm just going to save this, and I always save this. So we're going to save it as mail merge main, because sometimes you can get confused. So I call it mail merge main, because you've got your data file and then you've got your Word file, and it can get a little bit confusing. So I call my data file data, and I call the Word file main. Okay, and you can put in the date or whatever it is you want on it. And I'm just going to save it, even though it's blank, just to make sure I don't get confused. So the first thing you do then is we're going to attach the data. So we click on mailings, and I find it's easier just to go this one here. So let's go start mail merge step by step, and that just makes it easier, and it gives you this pop-up over here, and you just basically answer the questions over here. So we're going to choose email because that's what we're using, and then click on next. Okay, we're going to use the blank document, so we're going to really skip stage 2, that's fine, and select next. Okay, use an existing list. That's what we're doing. Now we need to browse and find it. So we're going to click on browse. And this is the data file here. So this is the one we created previously in the video, and click on open. Okay, it asks you which of the sheets. Now, if you had 2 emails, you choose the particular sheet. So we've only got one sheet in that, and we click on OK. Do we want to select everybody? That's all fine. We're just happy with that. And OK. If there was a student you didn't want to email, you could just untick them over here and click on OK. You can't see anything that happened, but we know, and we can see here, that the email is attached. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to write the email address. Okay, so in here, we're just going to type in, one second now, we're going to type in hi, and then we want the person's name to appear. Okay, so we want it to be addressed to them specifically. So we're going to click on insert merge field. Okay, so don't click on the main one in here. Click on the bottom half of that button. So the bottom half of that button, and we want the person's first name to appear. Okay. So then the next thing we want, and this will become clearer when we move forward, we're going to click on insert merge field, comment 1. And then I could just put in the end of my email that would be standard across all emails. So the kind regards and whatever it is you normally finish off your emails with. And we can put in the other comments as well if you want. So just to take a look, because it can kind of get a bit confusing. You're going, what is going on here? So if we move across to step 5, so down in the bottom right-hand corner, if you move to next, here you can see, hi Sheila, I've not received any submission from you yet. Now we know we said more to Sheila. So you can see what it's converting to, okay? We could go insert merge field, comment 2. Okay, that's the second comment. Okay, do we want it on the same line, or we would like it down a line? Okay, if we want to move it down a line, I tend to move back here. So it's kind of a bit easier to deal with. These are like little fields that will get replaced with the text that you type in. Okay, and then I often move back and forwards between step 5 and step 6, and I can see how they're going along. Okay, and then we had a third comment, and we could put that on the same line. I know actually at the moment we have nothing in that column, so we could leave it out. But there might be only one learner with it. So if there's only one learner, I might put it in on the same line. And you can see that on the previous one. So comment 1, comment 2, you might need a space in between the 2 of them. Okay, so these little fields with the little brackets before them will get replaced by the text that was in that Excel spreadsheet. Okay, and the positioning of these is reflected in the final email. Okay, and so here you're thinking, I don't really like one sentence paragraphs, so maybe I want that up on the same line. So let me go back. Okay, and here I could pull them up onto the same line, and then let me go forward again. And you can see it's now on the same line. Okay, so you get it set up so that you're happy with it. So you're at that stage and you think you're ready to hit send. So the first thing you need to do is move to step 5 if you're not already there, and then go through each of the emails. So here, for example, you can see Sheila, and then we can move along to Mary and Frank, and you can see here you can scroll through each of them and make sure that there is nothing wrong. Now, if you see a typo, okay, and you see send me an email, oh, you're thinking, oh, that's wrong, okay, it's not here that you make the changes. Go back into your Excel spreadsheet and make the changes in there, and then work from there. Okay, so we're happy to go. So we move across to step 6. And then we click on, up here above that, we click on electronic mail. So in here, you can type in the subject line, and I've just put in, I always use the word feedback, and then on the proposal, and it might be proposal feedback 1 on the proposal. And you can choose, will you send it to everybody, or is it just whatever one you've selected at the moment? So I could just send it to Sheila if I wanted. I could move to Sheila and then send one to Sheila. And then this one here is if you knew which numbers they were, but I never use that one. The 2 that I ever use are all and current record. Okay. And when you send it, it will appear in your sent email in Outlook. So it'll just be as if you send it ordinarily from Outlook. And you hit OK, and off it goes into, and the email will be sent for you.